Okay, warmly welcome, Mr. Ramesh, for this important training session. It's all about first aid and BLS, one of the most critical requirement in most of the brands like Saudi Aramco, Saudi Electricity, Sabic, Sadara. They started asking that most of the
Yeah,
employees must be trained for first aid and BLS, especially the WPR, the safety officers. So,
yeah, okay.
the crux of this training, inshallah, will try our level best to understand the key steps and the key areas which we shouldn't forget actually, because the theory is everywhere, right? We can
Yeah,
have a lot of material from internet even, but the point is the key technical points which we truly need to understand and make sure the moment, God forbid, any need is there, we can use those technical steps to help and save a life, right? So,
yeah.
Mr. Ramesh, can you just tell me something about you? Like, what are you doing, and your complete experience, number of years experience, and your current role in your company?
Yeah, presently I'm a site engineer and I completed the civil engineering and I have about 7 years of experience in this field.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent, excellent. So, you've been working as
Thank
a
you.
WPR ever?
What?
You attended this WPR training also, right?
Yeah, I had already.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. So, you got the Ramco exam schedule or not yet?
No, I have evenly attended the exam with this Instagram itself. I have attended the exam
Ah,
and I
yeah.
have not attended the Aramco exam right now.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. All the best, Mr. Ramesh.
Thank you.
Even for this exam, might be I referred some links to Mr. Safiq. Maybe that would be helpful even to clear
Yeah, yeah.
rank exam, like with question bank and all. Anyway, nice meeting you. Thank you very much. So, as per your experience, since you are involved at the site, actually, why injuries or accidents or near misses still happening? As per your understanding, what could be the reasons or the real
So
root?
because of the low safety,
Mhm.
uh, not much careless in the works and all.
Okay.
Maybe occurs due to
Mhm.
some issues like that. And nowadays the heat and the temperature is very high.
Exactly. Okay.
And that's why the conditions. Yeah,
So that means several reasons are there, and
yeah,
it
yeah,
shows the line of fires or the red zones, where we truly have
yeah,
to be careful, right? Because my life, my responsibility, and my
yeah.
safety,
That's right.
my responsibility, right?
Yeah,
So safety starts from you, safety starts from me, but convincing every brain is a challenge. That your
yeah.
safety, your responsibility, first of all. So, for this reason, what do you suggest? Can we ensure 100% safety? Can we achieve 0% accident? You know, as per your understanding or experience.
Yeah, we can achieve 100% safety by the real carelessness of the real works and all. Zero
Okay.
percent accident also with your proper safety.
Hmm. Okay. So, can you just elaborate few steps like how 100% safety can be ensured as per your understanding or the kind of technical concepts you have, since you are a very technical person working for the site, as an engineer, mashallah. So, what would you suggest actually? That might be helpful uh, for me also to learn something from you.
Yeah.
Mhm. What would you suggest? What shall we
by
do?
by means of the proper care in the site, uh, with the regular checkup for the safety conditions in the sites, and all the crews are following the exact safety,
Mhm.
and provision of this in any conditions, provision of this first aid
Okay,
as like that. We can
perfect.
provide the better safety inside.
Why I'm talking all these things, because prevention is better than cure. Instead of waiting for the
Yeah,
injuries or
that's right.
accident, why can't we train everybody and that your safety, your responsibility, you are the safety manager of your area. Wherever you
Yeah,
are
yeah,
working today, you are the safety manager of your own self, even for the
yeah,
area. So
yeah,
please ensure safety, right? So we
yeah,
we try to convince each brain to be safe rather than waiting for the first aiders, or expecting the first aiders to be available all the time. They must
yeah,
like be the first doctor of themselves. So, but still, there is no harm to keep some first aiders or BLS supporters, in other words, basic life supporters at our side, because, like you gave an example of heat. Now the guys are working sometime above 40 degrees. So, because of
yeah, yeah,
dehydration, because of heat stress, maybe somebody could be unconscious, God forbid. So we need
yeah,
people
sure,
who
sure.
knows how to give CPR,
Yeah, yeah,
cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and how to
yeah,
support, how to provide a first help or the first care, like a first doctor, to be very honest, but not the final one,
yeah,
of
that's
course.
right.
So, out of my 3,000 plus training sessions, these are the top 20 until now, but I'll definitely keep it updated. So, mostly mentioned shortcut is the number one. Experience is talking about. You also mentioned not following safety rules and regulations and everything. That means you are getting things done without or bypassing safety regulations. So another source of shortcuts, right? So 95% audience they mentioned, if we avoid shortcuts, we can reduce the probability or
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
infection.
That's right.
Because sometimes people, the companies, they are giving stress to do the job as quick as
That's the
possible.
work. Yeah, yeah,
So sometimes we as a human being, you know, we love to keep our boss happy.
yeah,
So
yeah,
showing our heroism. Because if job required 1 hour and we are telling to our boss, don't worry, I'll do it in 10 minutes. So if job required 1 hour safely and you are
yeah.
performing in 10 minutes, that means you
10
are going
minutes.
to
Yeah,
ignore all the safety regulations, right?
yeah, yeah,
It's a human nature, Mr. Ramiz. That's why
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's why we need a teamwork. Janitor to general manager, everybody have to understand that my safety, my responsibility. Then you can get some support and help from the safety officers, work permit receivers, safety managers, trainers. Even you as a site engineer, of course, you know how you can watch everybody and keep them safe.
yeah, yeah.
So that's why your life must be uh, given proper care from your side first.
Yeah,
So,
it's,
what do you think? Why this cardiac arrest is happening? As per your understanding, why heart
um,
attacks happen?
sometimes of the high blood pressure, high stress of works, and it may be causes of the cause the heart arrest.
Okay, brilliant. So high blood
And
pressure.
walking without any regular intervals and without having proper hydration.
Hmm,
So all my causes this cardiac arrest.
excellent. Okay, so mashallah, you looks very knowledgeable. Why do you need first aid training?
First of all, this is first aid means it is the first precaution, first not precaution, uh, first medical treatment what we are giving to any injury, any happenings that happen in our sites.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The first what we call first, first, mm, First looking after the what
Okay. So how many first
has
aiders
happened.
already you have at site?
So we have the injury bandages, the ointments, and the mm, medicines for the injuries, cut and wounds.
Okay. I'm talking about, how many first aiders you have, not the first aid boxes. I'm talking about
Yeah,
any
yeah. Okay, okay.
aiders, like certified or trained.
Here we have two safety supervisors here, and they are all have the knowledge about the first aid, and the supervisors are the the 2 or 3 levels also had the safety
Mhm.
this first aid knowledge.
Okay. So, thank you very much, Mr. Ramesh. Mashallah, I'm happy that you are already very much knowledgeable. But still, let me give some more, some sort of information might be productive for you.
Yeah,
Normally
sure.
hazards which we all face sometimes could be electrical, gravity, mechanical, motion, pressure. That means we can claim them as per Aramco theories also, the safety hazards.
Yeah,
Then we have health hazards like biological, this COVID-19, that
yeah,
was the virus comes under biological hazards, right? And how
yeah,
that virus, shredded up the whole world actually. So same way we have chemical, radiation, noise, vibration, and temperature. So if we control all these safety hazards and health hazards, and we put some better controls and precautions in place, the probability can bring down the injuries probability or the accidents probability. So this is that's why it's a teamwork actually. Now, just a quick exercise. Out of this picture, can you just identify that anything is hazardous or any hazard or risk is available there? Mhm. Any hazard?
oxygen cylinder is top price currently the correct
Okay, so pressure
order,
hazard is there.
and there's no firewatch here present
Uh-huh.
on no fire extinguisher or something is not available at site.
Okay. Mhm. So even electrical hazard is there, mechanical hazard is
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah,
gravitational hazard is there, pressure hazard is here. Even this gentleman, look at the way he's bending out.
yeah, it's working. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
okay, so to take another example,
Yeah, the electrical line is going up there.
overhead power lines. Mostly we take
Yeah,
another example. So it's a mindset, Mr. Ramesh. It's a mindset.
yeah,
It's all the mindset. Like this everybody knows it's a fire exit,
yes,
but still they will block it. Everybody knows shortcut. Every time you can't be lucky actually by
yeah.
taking shortcuts, but still they love to take it.
High risk.
Yeah. Take another example. In more example, that's interesting, Mr. Ramesh. Like you have complete safety management system, but nobody is ready to follow.
Yeah,
Like it's clearly mentioned, it's a hard head area. So, but he doesn't
yeah.
want
Hard
to
hat
change.
carry and he is placing the head hands.
Yeah, and even oil spillage, then this goggles.
Yeah, Google's also.
God is
And
available,
the no
but he
smoking
doesn't want to
area.
use.
Yeah,
Instead of safety posters, she likes bike posters.
yeah, the photo. Yeah,
Even he loves to smoke while you have no smoking sign available. So basically, it's a culture, Mr. Ramesh. It's a culture.
yeah. That's what.
That's why,
Yeah,
like, creating a safety culture takes a lot of efforts, a lot of efforts, and maybe so much time also to create a better safety culture and making safety a daily habit. You know,
yeah.
So then, inshallah, I'm sure after this training you will have. Otherwise, if we don't create that culture, this is the result.
Yeah, that's
If we don't put like
injuries.
safety policies, procedures, or some sort of visual management like warning signs, different safety posters, toolbox meetings, internal trainings, third-party trainings. So we keep
Yeah,
them fresh. If we don't audit, imagine, if there is no safety inspection on day-to-day basis, or nobody realize that my safety, my responsibility, then that could be the result. And if people love to take shortcuts,
yeah, that's
so then the consequences will be horrible. And I know, Mr. Rees, you are quite familiar. We can regain everything, but one life gone is gone forever, right?
yeah, yeah,
This is the result. Just I put some pictures to, give a wake up call actually that every brick have a value. So even you are a site engineer, that means you have a leadership position. So might be you can play a
yeah,
better role in a way that no need to wait for only safety officers to tell you that safety is important.
yes,
Might be
yes.
you can tell them, okay, we will call you whenever needed. Otherwise, we are going to do our job safely.
Yeah,
Consider me your team member. So don't come just to make videos or take pictures, and I will send you the good pictures that we are doing our things as per the safety regulation. We are not violating.
yeah,
So any idea how much oxygen we need actually? 40% cardiac arrest, 40% heart attacks are happening in the world because people are not getting
lack
sufficient
of oxygen.
sufficient oxygen they're not getting. So how much we need actually in the air?
Uh, it's about 19.5 to 20.
As per OSHA, perfect, and as per Aramco is 20%, and maximum 23.5%.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
less than 20% or 19.5% as per OSHA even. Uh,
yeah,
as a human being, our first need is oxygen.
yeah, that's it.
So just make sure, wherever your people are working, sometime through the authorized gas tester, tell him to, we really need to know what is the oxygen level in different locations.
Yeah,
Maybe it will be a great help, right? Now, common root causes we already discussed, like you mentioned, high blood pressure.
yeah,
Now, why high blood pressure? A lot of other factors, like your lifestyle. If you smoke, then
yeah,
uh, if you are by nature, like take tensions of everything. And sometimes I say tension is the biggest cancer in the world, actually. And
yeah.
sometimes
Sure.
if somebody give sudden news, bad
Yes,
news
yes,
to any gentleman, that would be another reason, right? So it's a complete lifestyle. If you have a terrible lifestyle, then more chances of, and also food intake. You know,
yeah, the food, yes.
you're eating more cholesterol and not giving care to your body. So yes, we need first aid. But what is first aid? First aid basically, like you mentioned, mashallah, is a immediate care. A person have to help immediately to somebody, whoever is got injured, God forbid, or become ill, or even to be unconscious. So first aider, a capable person. A capable means the expert person technically what to do in which kind of condition, God forbid. So objectives of the first aider should be all the time to bear in mind that help for others, that he is here to help for others. And then not only to helping others, even he has to ensure his own safety, like self-help.
Yeah,
So as a first aider, you will never provide first aid in the confined spaces or
yeah,
any
yeah, sure,
area
yeah.
which is very much dangerous. And like H2S is there, God forbid, hydrogen sulfide.
Yeah, carbon monoxide.
So emergency response team have to bring the guys into the safer zone or green zone area. Then you will provide first aid. which
Yeah, yeah.
means your safety must be your first top priority.
Priority. Yeah, yeah.
Now, preparation for disaster like flood, earthquake, fires, accident, all we have to be ready. And several companies, they have a very clear, straightforward emergency response plan, contingency plan, disaster management plan. So different plans are there. But these plans need to be tested, Mr. Ramesh. If everything you have in documentation, to be very honest, in case of emergency, nobody would be familiar what to do, you know, and how to do because you never tested. That's why whatever emergency plans are there, make sure they are very much tested and validated also. That everybody done some practice, like fire. In case of fire, who will do what? And some practice must be there, right? Same like emergency evacuation. You go to the muster point within how many minutes, all matters a lot. So yes, the first aider have to have some qualities. First of all, to know very well about first aid,
First aid, yeah. First,
respond quickly to call for assistance. Now, sometime
of course.
adopt a methodical approach. That means the right calculator. Immediately, you need to calculate what exactly you have
But
to
the,
do.
yeah, I
Okay,
can.
and you must be confident and encourage the victim rather than demoralizing. You are telling, "Oh, don't worry, you are in the safe hands. I'll take care of you."
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah,
please
yeah.
relax. Rather than,
Yeah,
"Oh, what happened to you? Look at your blood. You are going to die, man. Let me try for you."
yeah, rather than,
You
yeah, yeah.
already killed him, actually.
Yeah.
So, so every process in the word, Mr. Mees, have three domains. We call it before, during, and after. So before performing first aid, what we have to do? What's coming in your mind, actually? Before performing first aid, like somebody
You
got
want
in.
to take the victim into a proper area for first aid.
Sorry.
Proper area.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Uh, and the proper what the first aid for what injury what are the injury and we need to
Okay.
know for that we need to prepare that first aid method.
Okay. So before performing first aid, just make sure there is no electrical hazards, chemical
Yeah,
hazards, any toxic gases or ground hazards or fire or unstable equipment. Because your safety must be your first priority. Full stop.
yeah,
Then you will help others. Okay. During treatment, it is clearly mentioned avoid coughing, breathing, or speaking over the mouth.
yeah.
Then avoid contact with body fluids. Again, your safety. That means you must have to have some gloves.
Gloves. Yeah,
Okay, use a face shield or mask with one-way valve while doing active resuscitation.
accuracy.
Giving breathing, like 2 breaths before giving 30 compressions. For giving 2 breaths, make sure you have a safe way available, as part of the first aid box.
Yeah,
Then use only clean bandages and dressings. No contamination should be there. Avoid treating more than one casualty. So at a time, you have to deal one rather than distracting with others. If more injured persons are there, God forbid, or more victims are there, might be we can call other first aiders also. But anyway, after avoid treating more than one casualty without washing hands and changing gloves. And after treatment, it's a cleanup process. Casualty and yourself clean up the immediate vicinity and also dispose of dressings or bandages or gloves and soiled clothing correctly. Wash hands with soap, and
yeah,
it's quite common. Everybody knows, to be very honest. But at the first
yeah.
stage, it's still better to be keep in mind, because if you will follow, that is your safety. It's kind of a guarantee of your safety. Now, Mr. Ramiz, this CPR basically in America, in USA, in all 50
Yeah.
states, they just guided 2 steps almost to all Americans. We call it, how to call 911 and how to push harder and faster in the middle.
Faster. Yeah. Yeah, middle
So
of
they
stress. Yeah.
guided 2 steps and they are saving a lot of lives, rather than always waiting for the ambulance to come and help somebody. So how to call 911 and how to push harder and faster in the middle of the chest, and within 1 minute the cycle is 100 to 120
To 120. Yeah. Yeah.
compressions in 1 minute, but the cycle is 30 compressions, 2 breaths.
Yeah.
You are not going to push more than 2 inches, you know, maximum 2 inch. More than
Yeah.
2 means you will break the ribs, God forbid.
Break the ribs. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
It's take
why,
more injury.
yeah, so that's why it's really important to bear in mind. So first step, how to check circulation, see the picture. I tried my level best to add pictures, since pictures and videos will give better insight, but
Better injury.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you're checking breathing or circulation, it shouldn't take 5 to 10 seconds, shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 seconds. That means do not check for more than 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, because every second is critical. Like you are going to save a life within one
Life.
to
Yeah.
7 minutes, inshallah. If somebody, God forbid, became unconscious, otherwise it's all okay. So now the process you truly need to bear in mind is the cap. We call it compressions,
Yeah.
airway, and breathing.
Airway breathing.
So compressions means, if you can see, the fingers need to be interlocked, left hand,
Yeah.
then right hand.
Over the right. Yeah.
And this palm, you need to, like, if you see your chest,
Yeah.
it's the edge axis in the middle.
Middle. Yeah.
So you put 2 fingers and then you put this palm there and start compression. But these elbows, Mr. Ramesh, also need to be locked. Locked. So the power
Yeah.
should
You
come
should
from
be
your
in
chest.
straight. Yeah.
You should not put the whole body weight on the lungs,
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, that is another killing point. So compressions, airway. Airway means you put one hand and tilt back and the airway is clear, or you go into recovery position also. I will show one video for recovery position, how we have to do it and what is the purpose of that one. And of course, I'll show video for this compressions, airway and breathing also, just for a better understanding.
Okay.
So CPR is cardiopulmonary resuscitation, like revive, revitalize, artificial. It's an artificial heartbeat or artificial
Heartbeat
respiration
and
system.
muscles.
And see what I was talking about. The edge of the
The
bone,
two.
2 fingers, and then you put your palm,
Yeah. Palm.
and then you start
And then
pressing
lock up.
30 times
Yeah.
and 2 breaths.
Just.
Okay, might be this will give you better clarity.
Better. Yeah. Compression.
So 2 inch down maximum. Compressions. Airway means you tilt back and the windpipe should be clear. Breathing, give 2 breaths. And circulation, of course, you need to check. So, uh, but the important information which we truly need to remember is 2 hands for adults, okay, one
Yeah.
or 2 hands for children, and for infant only 2 fingers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the compression ratio is 30 chest compression and 2 breaths.
Two
But I
breaths.
mentioned don't press more than 2 inches.
30.
No, the downside. You are
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
and pushing hard the middle area of the chest. So, but push hard, not more than 2 inches.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
no chance to survive sometime.
Recover. Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe this picture will also give you clarity. And if you see, there is one more device, we call it automated, external defibrillator. We call it AED. And this AED, Mr. Ramesh, we are encouraging companies to buy at least one.
What least one? Yeah. Yeah. It's
At
needed.
least one. You know why? Because 60 to 70% survival chances will go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what is and it's very much easy to use. You just, open and then you peel off the pad and put on the right, and even the diagram is there. And now
Yeah.
machine is guiding you all stuff. Machine will say, machine is analyzing the body. machine will say, oh, shock required, you know. Then machine is saying stay away from the body because shock required.
Yeah.
Then machine, after analyzing, is say, okay, click the blinking button or push button or something like that. So you click, your job is done, and then machine is saying the shock is cleared. And then again, you after that, if still the gentleman, God forbid, the victim is not woke up, then you again start CPR. And
Yeah.
machine, pad, everything is still there. Might be a
Yeah.
time again will come, machine is analyzing, shock required. Again, machine will say,
Okay.
stay away from the body. So
Yeah.
what I mean is, through this AED, 60 to 70% survival chances are there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
even this device, no harm to keep in our home also, especially for, I mean, it's not only for the companies to be very rich. Should be like if you, especially, I'm happy to see some devices in Aramco, in Saudi Electricity, the mega brands, and they have installed, Mr. Ramiz, like a first aid box, on the wall, like a fire
Yeah.
extinguisher, like a fire hose, they have
Yeah. Yeah.
placed the aid devices. So immediately anybody needs, they can get it.
They can set it.
Okay, so this is how the hands need to be interlocked and elbows also need to be locked. Then the power should come from your shoulders, not the whole body weight, and push maximum 2 inch down, 30 contractions, 2 breaths.
Yeah.
This is how we clear the windpipe,
Airway.
airway. Okay. And this is what I was talking about, should be part of our first aid box. If you don't want to give direct mouth to mouth, but
Direct mouth.
since
Yeah.
you are saving a life, so even you can use handkerchief or some source. But of course, as a first aider, you have to try your level best to save a life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is how the AED, like you peel off the pad and
Installed.
put, and then your job is done. Machine is guiding all steps. Follow whatever machine is saying. Otherwise, keep continue
Continuing.
30 compressions and two
Yeah.
breaths until the ambulance arrives.
Yeah.
This is the recovery position. So, Mr. Amin, you can join after 5 minutes again. Okay, let's take
Yeah.
a
Sure.
break and then we can join back again with the same link.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you, dear.